Hi, I'm Manny, and I'm about to get a little bit existential and philosophical and introspective and all those other fancy words, but I'm gonna try and not be too pretentious about it. I read a webtoon update for a webcomic today. If you're interested, it's Meme Girls by Merriweather, and it it had me thinking because the comic is basically a young girl kind of reminiscing about how good her life had been up to that point, that she was able to make friends, meet people, have life experiences. And she remembers that as a very, very younger girl, she used to play on like a handheld gaming console, and it's kind of like a Nintendogs pastiche, like a copy of Nintendogs where she had this little dog and she called it her friend and all this stuff. And then she says, "Oh, one day I'm going to play with him for the last time." And then she whips it out and she starts playing with it and saying, "Hey, buddy, how are you?" and all this stuff. And then she looks up into the sky and a meteor's about to hit the earth. And she's just happy she gets to see the dog one last time. Which, I mean, damn, you okay there, Mary? Jesus. But it genuinely got me thinking today that one day I'm going to draw for the last time. I'm going to yap for the last time. I'm going to make the last video I'll ever make. And suddenly, all the hours I've spent napping unnecessarily, because it's good to, like, rest when you're tired, but all the hours I spent just napping or in my bed doing nothing just suddenly weigh on me way heavier. Because, yeah, I mean, I don't know what the last video I'll make is. I don't know what the last drawing I'll make is, and it's got me wanting to, I mean, it got me out of my usual 1 to 2 p.m. or 3 p.m. nap, and it got me to get up and like do chores and record this video actually and record this commentary because I genuinely don't know what's the last time I'm going to get to do it. And I honestly would think it would be very nice if I could just keep that mindset with me, because the problem is the more you sit with an idea or a thought or a feeling, the more common it becomes and the more you take it for granted. Like the more mundane and meaningless it starts to become. And it really shouldn't, because it is something we should always keep in mind and help drive us to do the things we want to do, because we don't know when that, metaphorical meteor is just going to hit the earth and we're going to be thinking, wish I had made one last drawing, just one more drawing. But I didn't mean for it to get depressing. I just meant for it to be kind of like a reflection, like a sit down in a chair on a windy day with a cold drink and just like think about, how much it means to be alive and to be able to do things like this for fun or for whatever reason. Like, I want to put a positive spin on it, but it's just the comic strip really just gets you. Like, I got blindsided so hard. Like, I woke up in the morning and I'm like, "Oh, cool, an update from Merryweather. Oh, meme girls, haha, time to have a funny haha laugh joke with waifus." And then just bam, right in the face. And then I'm left, and then I have to do my shift at work while having a freaking existential crisis, right? But I mean, I think it ultimately does good to think about these things, not to dwell on them, but at least give them the time of day, because it does, it got me moving, it got me doing things. I'm usually very scared to record these commentaries. Like, I get so insecure. It's like, oh, my voice, it sounds like a fleshlight full of saliva trying to speak Klingon, or oh, my accent or whatever is really annoying, or oh, I'm not really all that good at commentary, or I'm not really all that interesting. And when you kind of put it in perspective, you're like, I don't care, I still want to do it. Like, I'm not doing it because it'll make me famous, because that's completely out of my control. And quite frankly, it it just seems like scary to be like online famous. Like all you hear from online fame is just people like, there's a rise and then there's a fall. So usually you just want to be in the middle. You want your little bit of success, but like stay humble and all that shit. But anyway, I'm getting off topic. But yeah, those are the thoughts I had to get out of my head today because man, that comic hit me like a truck. But that's the beautiful thing about art, isn't it? It can do so much good, and it can be healing, it can be life changing, even if it's just a funny comic about meme waifus. Uh anyway, getting to the actual art, freaking 6 minute almost 6 minutes in. I am coloring again. This is all with the standard Clip Studio Paint gouache tool, which I don't know if it's my color selection. Like maybe it's more my color selection than the brush, but the colors feel a little bit like pasty and not as saturated as I would like them to be in certain spots. So I'm gonna try creating a new layer and creating little splotches of very very bright color in like strategic places and see if that makes it pop a little more, because right now I like the textury sort of like paintbrushy feel to it. Like I think I got that down, that's good, but I need to make the colors pop in certain places if I'm going to like successfully compose this piece, to make it to like lead the viewer's eye in a way that's effective and that actually gets them to appreciate the whole picture. Another thing about this particular painting style is that like 50-50, like I'm on the fence of whether or not to include outlines, or at least shade it in a way that makes it look like there's an outline, because in some spots it helps it, ironically it makes it feel less 2D to have a sort of darker outline and make it look like a line drawing that's rendered in the center. Like it gives it a nice cell shading feel to it that I like, but I haven't practiced enough in order to be sure that I'm making the piece better by doing it. But maybe I just need to throw myself in the deep end and just like do it and see how it turns out. But then again, maybe I'm just blowing it out of proportions because could just do it on a separate layer and then erase the layer if. Yeah, that's the thing, right? Because it's digital, so no change is really like permanent or like completely ruins it. At least ruins it in a way that's irreversible. But we still, like, something in you still feels afraid to make that mistake, even though it really wouldn't cost you anything. But anyway, that's all the yapping I've got for today, I think. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day, and I'll hopefully see you in the next one. Bye bye.